Oxygen Blast technical seminars are an Intertech production. For instructor-led .NET, Java, and XML courses, visit us at www.intertech.com.
The JDK does not provide a Java source code editor. So how do you actually write your Java apps? Really? It doesn't matter. You could write it with any simple text editor. Notepad, TextPad, VI, Emacs, all of those will work. I wouldn't recommend using something like Microsoft Word or WordPad, something that will save it in a different format other than ASCII text. You need to be able to use a simple text editor that will save your files as simple ASCII text. But I'll tell you, most people don't do that. Most people use what's known as an integrated development environment, an IDE. And so what is an IDE? An IDE is, think of it like a word processing tool, but for writing programs. So it's a visual editor for writing Java code. It will do simple things like highlight your Java syntax. So some words will be automatically set in bold, some will be italicized, some will be set in different colors. This helps you be able to identify different parts of your program much more quickly. The IDE will also provide code assistance by providing documentation of the Java API. There's some development tasks it can make easier, such as generating code or refactoring some of your code as well. They also typically provide a very powerful GUI debugger, graphical user interface debugger. So you're able to set breakpoints inside of your code, run the code, and stop it at a certain moment in time, and then check the state of your application. Makes it very, very easy to debug your applications. IDEs can also help with testing and running tools by providing a coordinated work environment. So it'll actually execute your test tools or code scanners and then display those results. So for those and many other reasons, most people will use an IDE for their Java development. So which ones do you choose? There are quite a few options available for you in the IDE market. Some are free, many are open source. Eclipse is one. This is one of the more popular IDEs. NetBeans is another very popular IDE. IntelliJ offers an IDE called IDEA. There's the Rational Application Developer, also known as RAD, and Workshop Studio, the BEA Oracle tool as well. Java is now open source, which means that anyone can reuse the Java source code in their own implementations of Java platforms. Really what that means is that Java now has different means of how it can be distributed. While multiple JVM implementations have existed for many years, the Oracle JVM is still the most popular and widely used. Now, unfortunately, one of the more complex aspects of Java is that there's no single Java platform. As I mentioned before, there are different Java virtual machines, different containers for the different operating systems and hardware architectures. So in addition to having those different JVMs, there are different editions and different versions of Java. So let's take a look at some of those. There are really three editions of Java that you'll typically be working with. In this class, we're talking about Java SE, Java Standard Edition. This is primarily for desktop-based applications. It's considered the base Java. There's also Java EE, which is a superset of Java SE. Java EE meaning the Enterprise Edition. This is really used for writing web applications, accessing enterprise information systems. Really anything that you're going to deal with a large distributed application is going to use Java EE. And Java EE is huge. Learning all the different libraries and this is something that's constantly growing, could be a lifetime endeavor. If you decide to start using Java EE, and you probably will, that doesn't mean you throw away what you learned here with Java SE, the standard edition. Java EE is built on top of Java SE, so you'll still learn and use all of the different things you're learning in this class. Lastly, there's Java Micro Edition, Java ME. And this is really for consumer electronics, embedded devices. Java ME is the Java used on cell phones and PDAs. You can think of Java ME as a general subset of Java SE, although that's not entirely true. So those are the main editions of Java. But for every edition, there are different versions. Java, like other software, has evolved over its existence. So because this class focuses on Java SE, we're only going to be talking about the versions of SE below. So let's start with 1995. That's when Java JDK 1.0 was released. It was a pre-edition Java release, provided the basis of what we have as the Java platform today. JDK 1.1 was released in 1996, and that's really when people started to take a very serious look at Java and started writing programs with it. But the big push for Java, the thing that really got Java into the limelight, was when J2 SE 1.2 was released in 1998. So the idea of Java editions came from this release. You also notice that we have a slightly different name. We're calling this J2 SE. So that was Java 2, the standard edition, and the version was 1.2. Because this was such a major development, a major push of the Java platform and the Java language, they decided to change the naming convention. So J2 SE was used. In 2000, we had J2 SE, that was 1.3. This included other API additions such as JNDI, the Java Naming and Directory Interface. It also helped with performance and included the Java Hotspot JVM, and this was specifically used to improve Java performance. 1.4 was also another significant reversion of Java. In general, this is probably the oldest version of Java that you'll find in significant use to today. This included XML processing, assertions, regular expression handling, and an improved input-output API. In 2004, J2 SE 1.5 was released, and again, this was also a significant major version of Java. There was some significant syntax changes. There were things that were added to the language, such as type-safe enums, generics, auto-boxing, static imports, etc. We'll be discussing many of these things throughout this course. Additional APIs like the Java management extensions for managing and monitoring applications were also added. The current version of Java is Java SE 6, and this was first released in 2006. At this time, Sun Marketing decided to change how these different editions and versions were named. First of all, the 2 was dropped from the edition, as well as the dot releases. So instead of saying 1.6, it's now Java 6. Instead of saying J2 SE, it's Java SE. So this is the version of Java that we'll be using in this class. This version of Java did not introduce as many language changes or APIs as Java 1.5 or Java 5. Most of the changes were made to improve performance. It also added some convenience like a scripting API, a JavaScript engine, and even a small footprint database, a Java database. Java SE 7 is currently under development. We're expecting this to be released in 2011, and the current roadmap is actually hoping that we'll see a Java SE 8 in 2012. But for the purposes of this class, you're going to be learning and using Java SE version 6. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Java. Java was created by James Gosling, the father of Java. He created Java in June of 1991. He developed this language for controlling a variety of set-top boxes. So it was really going to be used with hardware. And as such, it required a language that was very portable. Now, Java was originally named Oak, and that was named after a tree outside of Gosling's window. But in 1995, there was a trademark search. They found that Oak was being used, so the name was changed to Java. Now, Java ME really is kind of going back to the roots of what the original Java was created for. In 1995, which is the same year Java 1.0 was released, Netscape adopted Java, including it with their browser, and this helped put it on nearly every PC that was out that year. It's really what gave the push towards popularity for Java that we experience today. In 2009, Oracle acquired Sun. James Gosling is no longer with the company. However, he's still a very active member in the community. Now, you might have seen this character around before. This is known as Duke. It's an icon or a pointing device that we used in one of the early set-top box control systems that was written. So now at this point, it's the unofficial and informal icon of Java. So there's a little history of Java. Let's take a deeper look at the JDK, the Java Development Kit.
For more free learning resources and to see the latest lineup of our instructor-led .NET, Java, and XML courses, visit us at www.intertech.com.